Mark is a really cool guy. He was never fully diagnosed. It was multiply handicapped, so, you know, you could pick a diagnosis here or there, but he's developmentally delayed in my mind. On the other hand, he's come very far. He's very mature, where he has a job in a workshop and he works out in the community. For my husband and I, we're just happy that he's a happy and a content guy.
Mac is kind, in his way, very patient. All these tracks open in his head. He sees everything and hears everything at full pitch. And so he manages to navigate all this bombardment and still be who he is. But you know, special guys, they still have very typical urges too. Mac has a lot of pride. He wanted his own life. He wanted his own time back. He was always on my schedule. But there was a piece of him that knew there was life for Mac. You know, he knew it. I mean, he made his group home here at Burke Court happen for himself.
The goal of the program at Burke Court is to help these young gentlemen transition from home and school into the community, into their adult lives through graduation and finding jobs in the community, and to help them start their lives off with a good footing and find their place in the world.
Ability Beyond Disability, the homes that they have, they help the young men and the families to foster a loving relationship.
In the beginning, though, I have to say, it was confusing for him. He wasn't sure, is this my new house and my new family, and you're kind of my old family? So we worked that through and explained to him, you know, they're staff and they take care of you, but we're your family.
What we foster here, too, is the communication between families. We have an open door. They can always come and visit. And I think one of the fear with the parents is that they'll lose their son or they won't recognize their child. And that's something that Ability has been able to maintain.
We were part of the transition and the opening of this house as soon as there was a house. So when it was being painted, when the furniture was being ordered, we ordered the furniture. Mac, come look at this furniture. What do you like? You know, what colors do you want? What color do you want your room to be? You know, it was, and then we would say, Mac, this is your world now. This is yours. This is your house. You own this house. You and Jimmy and Michael and, you know, all you boys, Andrew, all of you, Mark, you all own, Jared, you own this house.
Yeah, don't you have that Windtuck program? He loves it here. He's very independent. I think it's given him a sense of pride.
When I first met Mark, he was very reserved, and we began to ask him the things that he likes to do, and he wanted to work. And so what I've seen the difference is since he's gotten the job is that he's now much more outgoing and becoming much more responsible. All right, what else do we need?
After we clear the kitchen, after we finish our breakfast, then we get ready to go to work to make money.
What's nice now is we have conversations with him on the phone, where in the beginning it was, you know, oh, I did this, I want this, and now he'll say, hey, I had a really good day at work, I want to tell you guys, and I miss you guys. Did you go away on the weekend? What did you do? So we're having a little bit more back and forth with him.
Any difficulty I would have letting go was, I think, completely met and balanced by knowing he would be in a beautiful setting with lovely young men, well-staffed, in a lovely neighborhood.
Mac has transitioned really greatly because he's going to graduate from WEC. And what we're helping him to do is to do money management, budget his money, plan his day. And we're seeing this young man mature. He's making his own bed. He's making his phone calls. He's making plans. And if he's ready to go, he'll tell you in a minute, I'm ready to go.
In the way, brush my teeth, and then get ready to have breakfast in the way. Then I get on the bus. I go to Paint Card Fridays.
He's graduating from school this year and going into the world. So this is the year of Mac's maturation. You know, he needs to mature, and in a lot of ways, more. So I said, because Mac, you got to get a gig. You got to get a job. You know, I mean, you're not going to freeload. You got to do something. So it's his year, and we all know that. So this year is geared towards everybody here is on the same page.
He's not a little boy anymore. You know, he's maturing into this really nice young man who realizes that the world waits for him.
What Ability did was give us the confidence and the comfort knowing nobody's ever going to take care of your child as best as you can. But knowing that we had professional people here who were willing to sit down and talk about Mark and say, okay, what are his strengths, what are his weaknesses, what do you as a parent want us to focus on? Because our fears were, you know, okay, you go in a group home and they just make sure you're okay. And we didn't want him to stop growing because he's really grown very far.
About what I was telling you over the cell phone one morning when I was at the
We were joking once because he's the oldest one here, and people tend to look up to him because he's very independent and high functioning. And my husband and I were joking and said, wow, for the first time in his life, people are looking up to Mark and using him as a role model. And that, by doing that, has helped his self-esteem and his independence, and he's doing great. Yeah, maybe. But this is cool because you can put him on the door and it's no.
What makes the person's day is just the little hurdles that I take for granted. Some simple things that I take for granted or we take for granted every day are stuff that they are unable to do, and when I see them master that, it matters. That really does it for me.
The people that are part of this organization, Ability Beyond Disability, all of them amaze me. Something in them just said this population deserves its dignity, it deserves a place in the world.
The community needs to be aware of this, of these type of individuals that are around, that they're not just forgotten, that they have a voice.
What he's done by getting out in that community and having the support to do that, he's opened up the eyes of so many other people out there who never experienced a person with a disability and can come and go to a restaurant and meet somebody and say, wow, that guy's really cool. I'd never know, you know, that's really great he has a job. And it helps to break down the barriers and say, you know what, they're people just like the rest of us and they have great personalities.
We all have a missing piece. Their missing piece is just obvious. And this agency came here and said, you know, let's help them put as many of their pieces together as possible and give them dignity in the world.
If we don't support them, what would happen to someone like Mark is he would stay at home and he would continue to do well with us. And as we get older and we're gone, what's going to happen to Mark? You know, and he's not going to be a productive individual in this society. And I think that's what everybody's looking for. We all want productive individuals. We don't want just handouts here and there. And Mark is earning a living and paying his taxes and doing what every other citizen does in this country.
Every person is unique and has a unique story and a unique situation. But generally, people come to us and they already have a vision. They already have a dream of what they want to achieve, where they want to work, what they're looking for, or a family knows what they're looking for their loved one. And our job is really just to put together the services that they need to make that happen.
I would love to see Mark get a girlfriend and eventually have his own apartment and have a life, you know. So that's a goal down the road.
Everybody has their niche and their special place in this world. And our special guys remind everybody of our purer selves, you know, of a more non-judgmental aspect of ourselves, because they don't have judgment, most of them. They don't have room for it, you know. They're just getting through the moments, you know, is enough, I think, for them, you know. And so I just pray that Mac has his moments and knows who he is more and more.
It's a safe place, it's a safe haven for them. And they look forward to it, they love it. A lot of times when they go away or go home with them, they said they want to come back home. They find it a home, and that's really what it is.